Fireflies. If we don't work together on this one thing, we're gonna lose all our data. Our shelters will be gone, our gear will be gone, everything will be gone. And I have to say, it's not looking promising right now. Let me tell you about the HeLa antibodies and targeted serums. Since the last update, you probably noticed the new indicator station in your hideout. If you haven't, you need to go check it out right now, because this right here is extremely important to all of us. This station is where we, the players, need to deliver enough HeLa antibodies by the end of the season if we don't want to lose our shelters. Sounds easy enough, but we need to collect 1.1 million of these. If we don't, our shelters will be destroyed and wiped. Everything we've worked for, gone. In case you didn't know, you have a chance to find HeLa antibodies in any loot container and on all marauders you kill. In addition to this, each one of us needs to collect something called targeted serum. 3 of them to be exact. If we don't, we're gonna lose our characters, basically meaning that the levels will be reset to 1 and possibly having to restart all our quests. I am not sure if quests are tied to the shelter or the characters, so don't take my word on this. More about the targeted serum later. Now, in principle, all of this is a rather cool feature. Having the entire player base work together to save ourselves is pretty cool, there's no denying it. However, this feature also worries me if we start looking at the numbers. The timer started at 90 days, which basically means we need to collect 1.1% of the needed HeLa antibodies every day on average. At the time of this recording, the timer has been ticking down for almost 16 days. And we've collected 8.6% of the needed HeLa antibodies. That's an average of 0.54% every day. Exactly half as much as we need. To me, this is quite worrying. At this rate, we're barely gonna hit the 50% mark once the 90 days are gone. And when that happens, we lose our shelters. We really need to step this up. I'm not gonna sit here and only blame the players though, as this might just as well be due to balancing issues in drop rate from the developer side. That would be even more worrying though. When it comes to this targeted serum, we only need 3 each. Like I've already mentioned. Doesn't sound too bad except for the fact that these are extremely rare. And I mean extremely rare. They have a chance of appearing in any loot container, or you can buy them from Heidi at the steep price of 20 million Luna per pop. It says you can buy a maximum of 1, but I'm not sure if this is 1 total during the whole 90-day period, or if it's 1 per stock refresh. I do expect it to be 1 per stock refresh, meaning you can buy all 3 you need for a whopping 60 million Luna. Petty cash, right? These are numbers that are not impossible to reach at all, but it's quite a stretch for the average player. Basically, the strategy for the targeted serum is to just play the game and pray you find some along the way. If you do, you put that bad boy directly into your secure case, and you sacrifice any and all items you got stashed there. If you end up short by the end of the countdown, you may buy the rest from Heidi or at the black market. I haven't seen any listed on the black market yet, so I'm not sure what the price will be, but expect them to be in the vicinity of 20 million. People will not be afraid to capitalize on these. They stand nothing to lose from you not getting the 3 serums you need. Well, except for you maybe quitting the game. We're only ever gonna see them on the black market if a lucky player ends up finding too many though, and these people are gonna be a tiny minority. Don't expect it to happen too much. The strategy for the HeLa antibodies is simple. We all need to prioritize them for the greater good. When we find them in a raid, we make space in our inventories no matter what. That Polaroid camera you need to craft your RAM stick to upgrade your trading center won't do you any good if the shelter wipes in 75 days anyways. Get rid of it and pick up those HeLa antibodies. We might however already be doomed since we're so far behind, but we need to keep our spirits up. For all we know, this might have been a balancing error from the developer side. Or we might simply not have enough people playing the game, which would be a shame. I do hope that's not the case though, as I feel like that wouldn't be fair. The goal should be balanced towards the current player base from the start. What might happen though is that we're gonna be seeing events happening that increase the drop rates of these items. For the HeLa antibodies and targeted serum both. I hope. I would really hate to lose my character and progression just because I have a job and don't have the time to grind this out day in and day out. And sometimes I'm gonna want to play other games. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start working together and get this done. Collect all the antibodies you see and get them to that indicator. Open all loot containers. Make space in your inventory. If you kill another player and he has one in his inventory, you bag that antibody and you finish the task for him. You owe him that. If you don't know where to find loot, I recommend checking out this video right here, right now, guiding you through the loot you can find on Mount Akiyama. I have more loot guides like these coming up. And don't forget to subscribe for more content related to Lost Light and free-to-play gaming in general. See you in the next one.